Ever spent the entire night tossing and turning, only to wake up feeling like you never slept at all? If you're living with Parkinson's, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sleep doesn't always come easy, and when it does, it's often restless, leaving you exhausted before the day even begins. But here's the thing. Better sleep isn't just a dream. It's possible. And today, we're going to talk about 6 real practical fixes that can help you reclaim those precious hours of rest and recovery. Because let's be honest, sleep isn't just about feeling less tired. For those of us with Parkinson's, quality rest is fuel. It affects our movement, our mood, even our medication's effectiveness. When we sleep well, we move better, think clearer, and face the day with more resilience. So if you're ready to wake up feeling more refreshed, let's dive in. First up, routine. And I know, that word can sound rigid, especially when Parkinson's already throws so many unpredictabilities our way. But hear me out. Your body loves predictability. It thrives on rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, yes, even on weekends, trains your brain to recognize when it's time to wind down and when it's time to rise. Now, I'm not saying you need military precision here. If your usual bedtime is 10 p.m., aim for within an hour of that. Small adjustments can make a big difference. And while we're on the topic of routine, let's talk about light. Natural light, especially in the morning, is like a wake-up signal for your brain. It helps regulate your internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep at night. So if you can, spend a few minutes outside in the morning. Even sitting by a sunny window with your coffee can help. On the flip side, as evening rolls around, dim the lights. Avoid bright screens an hour before bed. Yes, that means putting down the phone or tablet. If you must use them, try a blue light filter. It's a small change, but your brain will thank you. Now let's talk about your sleep environment. Is your bedroom a sanctuary for rest, or is it working against you? Temperature matters. Cooler rooms around 65 degrees Fahrenheit are ideal for sleep. If you're dealing with night sweats, moisture-wicking sheets can be a game changer. Noise and light disruptions? Blackout curtains and a white noise machine, or even a simple fan, can help block out distractions. And your mattress. This one's personal, but if you're waking up stiff or achy, it might be time to reassess. These first few steps are all about setting the stage for better sleep. They're simple, but don't underestimate them. Small shifts in your daily habits and surroundings can add up to more restful nights. And when you start noticing the difference, maybe you're waking up a little less groggy or falling asleep a little faster, that's when you'll know it's working. But we're just getting started, because there's more to explore, like how what you eat and drink affects your sleep, or why movement during the day can mean better rest at night. So let's keep going, because better sleep isn't just a hope, it's within reach. Now that we've set the stage for better sleep with routine, light, and your sleep environment, let's talk about something that might surprise you: what you eat and drink. Because yes, your diet plays a huge role in how well you rest at night. First up, caffeine. I know. That morning cup of coffee might feel non-negotiable, especially when fatigue hits hard. But here's the thing, caffeine can linger in your system for hours. If you're sensitive to it, even that afternoon pick-me-up could be messing with your sleep. Try cutting off caffeine by early afternoon, say no later than 2 p.m. And if you really need a warm drink in the evening, swap it for decaf herbal tea. Chamomile or peppermint can be soothing without the jitters. Next, let's talk about food timing. Going to bed stuffed or starving can both disrupt sleep. A heavy meal right before bed can lead to discomfort or even acid reflux, while an empty stomach might leave you tossing and turning. If you need a snack before bed, keep it light and balanced. Take a small handful of nuts, a banana, or a slice of whole grain toast with almond. These foods contain nutrients like magnesium and tryptophan, that can actually support better sleep. Now, here's one that might not be on your radar: hydration. Staying hydrated is crucial, especially with Parkinson's, but timing matters. If you're waking up multiple times a night to use the bathroom, try tapering off fluids a couple of hours before bed. That way you're not sacrificing hydration, you're also not interrupting your sleep cycle. bedtime dose of a muscle relaxant, if prescribed, could help. The key is open communication with your doctor. Keep a sleep diary for a week or two. Note when you take meds, when you wake up, and how you feel. That way, you and your care team can spot patterns and make smart adjustments. Now, let's address something many people hesitate to bring up: sleep disorders. With Parkinson's, conditions like REM sleep behavior disorder, where you physically act out dreams, or sleep apnea, pauses in breathing, are surprisingly common. If you've been told you thrash or yell in your sleep, or if you wake up gasping, don't brush it off. These aren't just quirks, they're treatable. A sleep study might sound intimidating, but identifying and addressing these issues can transform your rest. Think of it like this: if a faulty fuel line was messing up your car's engine, you'd fix it. Your body deserves the same care. And finally, let's talk about adapting. Some nights, despite doing everything right, sleep just won't come. Parkinson's is unpredictable, and so are our bodies. On those nights, be kind to yourself. Rest is still valuable, even if it's not perfect sleep. Try a mindfulness exercise, listen to a calming podcast, or simply focus on the comfort of your bed. The less you stress about the sleep you're not getting, the easier it becomes to drift off when your body's ready. So let's recap. We've covered the power of routine, light, and a sleep-friendly bedroom. We've talked about food, movement, and stress. We've looked at medications, sleep disorders, and the art of rolling with the tough nights. That's a lot. But here's the good news. You don't have to tackle it all at once. Start with 1 or 2 changes that feel doable. Maybe this week you'll adjust your caffeine cutoff time, or try a short walk after dinner. Small steps add up. I'd love to hear from you. What's one tip that resonated with you? Or do you have a personal sleep hack that works for you? Share it in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. And if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It means more people in our community might find these tips too. Remember, better sleep isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Some nights will be easier than others, and that's okay. You're doing your best in a body that's facing real challenges. So be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins and keep going. Here's to more restful nights, brighter mornings, and living each day with as much joy and energy as possible. You've got this. Sweet dreams, friends. See you next time.